All them dildos.
Hey Rick, what do you look for on Hinge?
All them. All them dildos.
New Rick Rutherford sponsored dildos.
Is that too much dildo?
No, it's been boring.
Woo!
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us Under the Library. We're an actual play Call of Cthulhu podcast set in a homebrewed universe created by our keeper. What happened is what you hear because we build our story collaboratively in the moment. If you're enjoying the show and would like to support us, there are a few ways you can do that. You can head over to underthelibrary.com/support. There you'll find links to our Patreon and to our module on DriveThruRPG. Or you can go to underthelibrary.com/store and pick up some of our amazing merch. Both of those things help us out quite a bit. My name's Arthur. I'm playing Buddy. We are Emily and Wayne deficient tonight. So I am here with Rick as Sam, Scott as Johnny, and as always, our keeper is Michael. Michael, show's all yours.
Thanks, Art. Under the Library is a horror tabletop role-playing game set in the Call of Cthulhu universe with horror and other unsettling imagery. Not safe for Scott is your signal cue, whatever. The following information will be graphic. If you're concerned, skip ahead, but stick with us. We feature mature themes played by immature people, so if you think 30 seconds is more than enough, you're probably in the right place. And I don't have Emily to pass it off to, so I'm going to give you all the recap. And last week, it was very Sam-centric as he laid on an operating table trying to make out with the doctor who was removing the bullet from his shoulder.
That was weird.
Afterwards, he got up and then proceeded to throw his child under the metaphorical bus by alerting him that he was shot by his own child and then that his mother was missing. Yes, after causing a lot of trauma to his child, the group then decided that they would take Sam on a search for Cheryl. We left off as the group had dispersed. Probably important that Lancelot was headed off to try and deactivate young Amos. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we left off with the group essentially preparing to go out and hunt for Cheryl. I think that's the right word.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, let's start an episode.
Oh god, that was like 50 seconds.
Yeah.
That means you did it twice.
All right.
It's going to be an episode.
Yeah. Woof. Emily, come back.
Please.
All right. So, okay. We left off. Sam, you were in your room packing up your small arsenal that you brought with you. I'm not even sure you packed clothes, just guns for Amos to shoot you with. And Johnny, you were kind of making some last observations before y'all headed out of town.
I was going to be getting, a flashlight. I was going to be making sure, I have extra ammo. Like, I'm just assuming that we're going to be out and about looking. So, I want to make sure that I'm prepared.
Okay, and then Buddy, what were you up to?
Buddy pretty much has his stuff. He's still wearing his uniform. So, I would have my my service revolver, flashlight. I'd have my book. So I think I pretty much got everything I would need. So while those guys are up in their rooms, gathering an arsenal, I would like to go over to that wood pile that Lancelot had referred to a couple episodes ago when he let slip that there were 12 concrete or cement things, like posts. There were some markers around, and I would like to go check one of those out. So he said there was one right across the street. So I'm just going to wander over and check out that wood pile that might not be a wood pile.
Okay, perfect. So what you're finding is a pile of wood in between kind of two buildings, so essentially in the alleyway. And it's it's organized very neatly. So it's stacked along the side of the building, but you notice that it's about 2 rows deep and that there's a little higher spot of wood in one section that looks like it's probably covering something up.
Okay. Then I'll pick up a couple of those logs and see what's under there.
Okay, and I want to remind everybody it's about, we'll call it 10:30 at night, somewhere in that region. So it is dark out. And you get down there, and as you start to remove wood, there's definitely a concrete cylinder coming up out of the ground, and it has rebar across the top so that it couldn't crawl in. And it's a circular concrete tube.
Is there a way to open it? Like, is there a doorway to that rebar, or is it permanent?
So the rebar is right across the top, kind of makes a natural grate, and it looks like it could be moved, but with substantial force.
Okay, it would essentially have to be broken.
You kind of go down this. No, you could go down the side, and you could see a seam going around the concrete, almost like this is a cap sitting on top, and the rebar prevents you from like going through the center.
Interesting. But the cap would be extremely heavy.
Extremely heavy.
Requiring something with unusual strength to be able to lift it up.
Yeah.
Much like something that
something
can
or
make
someone.
Something that can make soil out of rocks. Okay, interesting. All right, well, I'll put all the stuff back. All the wood back the way I found it, so that it doesn't look like I've been there. And then I want to go back to Johnny's room.
And for what it's worth, as soon as I'm done, I want to do a couple things. I want to check. I'm not going to go in, but I want to listen at the door, for what's his face, Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
Maury. I want to make sure that I hear some snoring, or I'm just trying to see if I feel like maybe he snuck out, or it sounded like he was gonna just go back and go to sleep. So I'm just sort of doing a quick listen check. And if I hear a lot of talking and stuff, I might actually go in and see if he wants to go with us.
And what you hear through the door, you make a listen roll, see how bad you make the keeper do this.
Okay. I have a feeling that it's going to be not safe for Scott.
Probably going to be not safe for Michael. So it's going to be not safe for.
That's all right. Nobody will know.
Yeah. I made it.
You made it?
Barely.
Okay. Yeah. So as you put your ear to the door, then you hear some light, muffled, oh, oh, oh,
oh God. I'm like, whoa, and he's with his companion. God damn it.
Companion.
God damn it. All right. So then, just it sort of off page, but I had a quick conversation with Amanda. And so I'll go downstairs and sort of explain to the guys what I saw. So I'm gonna head down to the bar and just wait for everyone.
Okay. Yeah, I'm coming in looking for you. So.
Okay. And then Sam, are you heading down too? I'll wait to tell the story till you get down.
Well, and would I see at this point, Johnny?
Yeah, I mean, you'd see me because it's sort of an overlook. I'm standing at the bar, so.
But would I have seen you go up to the other door and squirm away?
Sure.
The exact look that I had in my face when Micah was making that sound is the look that Johnny had on his face.
Got it.
Which was, for the viewers who or listeners who can't see, Scott was very aroused by the I made.
That's not true.
He clearly wanted Michael to continue making that sound.
Yeah, he did.
I don't like this game at all.
So yeah, I'd load myself up and go up. So, John, are you ready to hit the road?
Not just say, listen, guys, I just had a conversation, and Colette, she's not going to be coming with us. What she actually wants to do, seemed like she might be a little bit tired. I think there's just a lot going on. And what she actually wants to do is check in with Cheryl. Remember that, the reporter from the train?
I think you might I
Wait, did I get the
think
wrong
her
name?
name was Amanda.
Amanda, damn it.
God, we're just so good with names tonight, aren't
So
we?
bad.
Well, you guys are both not so good with names
No,
of
I
female
couldn't be.
people.
No, I could be. I didn't even. Cheryl's the one we're
That's
going to
really
look for,
that's really
right? You're
embarrassing for you.
Wait, are you married? I thought you were married to someone else. What's her name?
He had mentioned somebody named Rachel once before, but that was a
Rachel.
mistake, and he really regretted that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so,
Yep,
but
I
she wants
did.
to go check in with Amanda, and she's gonna. Also, she wants to check in on Lancelot and make sure he doesn't tell the story about some of the stuff that maybe he saw tonight. So she just said we should go on and fill her in once we get back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds like old Colette. All right. Just a little too tired to hang with the gents on a little adventure. Well, I
I'm
suppose
sure
we'll
she's
make
going to
our
appreciate
way.
hearing that from you.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that sexist attitude is not in keeping with our progressive approach to this environment, there, Mister.
Oh,
And
I
I think
know.
Rick is going to really be hoping that Emily is not listening to this show.
Oh, I suppose I'm gonna regret this. And so we'll make our way out, I suppose.
How many people are around in the bar, Keeper?
Uh, like 20,
Oh, okay.
25. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna before we leave, hey, guys, I gotta tell you something, but I can't tell you here. So can we maybe go outside?
Sure.
Is the beer poisoned? No, that's fine.
Oh, God.
Do you really say that out loud?
No, I don't. I don't. I'm just referencing.
TPK.
On the way out, though, I would go
TPK.
to the proprietor of the bar, and I would say, stepping out to catch a little of the evening air here before I turn in. If my significant other, Cheryl, seems to wander her way back here, would you just let her know that I'll be back soon enough?
And wipes a glass and he nods your way and he says, I'll keep a lookout for you, sir.
No, might appreciate that. What's your name?
My name is Earl.
Oh, Earl, appreciate that, Earl. I'll give him a good handshake.
Okay. I noticed your little boy's not around.
Yeah, he's over at Doc's. He had a
Oh, I
little
hope everything's all right.
had a little bit of that sugar rush, a little too much cake went to his head, and he was just you could almost just say he was shooting from the hip. He was just so wound up.
Ooh, I imagine. Well, y'all have yourself a nice little walk out this evening.
Oh, a little stroll. Anything worthwhile to see, or any critters we should be on the watch out for there, Earl, on our way about?
Well, you've all heard about the Beast of Bloodstone at this point, so I imagine you'll already have your eyes peeled for it.
I heard some folks mention it's some beast. Is it a winged creature or something on all fours?
No, it's one that God Himself is smitten to run this ground an abomination.
Huh. That really doesn't answer at all potentially what this could be other than something infatuated with the Lord. So
Are we still
thanks,
close by?
Earl.
Sure.
All right. So I'll say, just wondering, it's a great story. I love stories like this. Has anyone seen it? Do you guys know what it looks like?
Only.
Don't call it an abomination, right? Because that covers a pretty broad gamut of stuff here. I need some specifics. Like, does it have a beak coming out of its ass? Like, what does it look like?
Well, I hadn't seen it myself, but word is it's covered in teethy mouths. I mean, all kinds of mouths, like critter mouths and human mouths, and it's a body full of faces and fur, and it'll reach out and it'll swallow you whole.
Oh my gosh, is its name Rachel?
Did you just play crickets? Because
There is
those
no
didn't even. Your
response.
crickets
Yeah.
got cricketed, which was
Really?
amazing.
You didn't hear the crickets?
No, the
No,
crickets didn't
the
come
crickets
through.
didn't come
no.
through.
I was trying to
You
do an
broke
extended
the
We
cricket.
were all waiting for them, and then it was just
I was
silence.
playing
so-
crickets.
We
Okay.
felt the crickets even if we didn't hear. So I'll say thanks. That sounds like a thoroughly disgusting abomination. I appreciate the theatricality.
Yeah, we'll keep a lookout for. Is there
We'll keep a
reward
lookout.
if we happen to bring in this bloodied beast of Bloodstone?
Reward? Reward is you kept your life after you faced it. That's
Hmm.
your reward.
Oh, appreciate that, Earl. Well, we'll make our way out, and so we'll head on out with Buddy and Johnny, and as we get out into the thoroughfare, kind of hunch a little bit closer to Buddy, and I'll say, "So what you want to tell us there, Buddy?"
There's a don't look yet, but across the street there's a wood pile over there in an alleyway, and there's a big concrete tube underneath the wood pile, and it's got a grate across the top of it, so you can't get in. But it looks like somebody who's got a lot of strength could pick it up.
Oh,
Yeah, and apparently, according to Lancelot, there's 12 of them around town.
I mean, isn't it just sewers? Like in New York
No,
City, we got sewers
no.
everywhere. What's the big
up.
deal?
It's up above the ground.
Yeah, but you get to the grate, and then do you just go down into the ground, or is it something else?
Yeah, you go down into the ground, but it's not to collect water.
what'd it
Not
smell
this-
like?
I don't know. I didn't smell any. Did I smell anything?
Not really, no.
Okay. I didn't smell anything.
Actually,
Yeah.
you know what? Roll for spot hidden.
Okay.
It depends on something. I'll tell you if you smelled anything.
I think I missed it.
You smelled the
Nope,
creature
I
of
missed it.
Bloodstone.
Do you smell it now? No. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you didn't remember smelling anything. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't smell anything. But it's weird. It's like a pipe sticking up out of the ground, but made of concrete and big around.
Well, we want to. There's three of us strapping gents. Think we could probably try and lift it up?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess I got to ask it. Not that I don't think it could be important, because who knows, it could be. But I think right now we got maybe a mission that's more important to you, Sam, than looking for some poo water. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking.
Well, listen, if my dearest beloved is missing and we find an unusual structure burrowed underneath this town, I'd darn toot and say that might be another lead. But I suppose you're right there, Johnny. Maybe it warrants a venture out to this campsite first.
Yeah. I mean, in the least, she could be out there sleeping away, having the time of her life. Glad she doesn't have to be there taking care of the kid and you. So let's just go find out before we go climb in a sewer.
Do we have a way to get there quicker than walking?
Yeah, we got our horses, right?
We do have horses?
I thought we had horses.
Well, there's a stable on the edge of the town, and I can't remember if we went. I think we might have retconned a little bit.
I
but
could have
there
been
is
wrong. I remember us talking about getting
right
horses.
Yep.
there is access to horses. I just
Yeah.
can't remember if y'all already went there or not. But there is a stable on the
We
near
didn't.
where essentially remember it was the coffin makers, which would
Yeah.
be like Yocker's business. So
Mhm.
on the northwest edge of town.
Yeah, so we can head over to Jakers.
Wow.
You're the
right.
worst.
Yeah, I mean, we had talked about it. I don't, on the show we didn't do it.
Right.
but
Okay.
If,
Perfect.
Then, if we don't need to role play it, then we can just assume that we did it. If we do, then we'll walk over.
No, that's just where the stables are.
Okay.
That's all I'm
Then
saying.
we'll head over.
Okay. And as you get closer to the stables, you hear some guitar picking going on. It's filling the air, and as you get outside, there's a guy kind of sitting in a wicker chair, leaned back against the stables, big bushy beard, cowboy hat tipped back, jug next to the chair, and he's just picking away.
Interesting.
Yeah. Hey, what's up there, buddy? So I guess we'd like to take some horses out, maybe do some exploring.
All right. Yeah. You need me to saddle them up? You want me to get you saddles? Y'all going bareback?
Oh, no,
well, we are. Of
No,
the horses.
Sam, no. Yeah, saddles would be great. Thank you. If you could put them on, that'd be good too. Thanks. Appreciate that. We can help though.
And he's just
Ye-
kind of sitting back, picking. He's not in a big hurry, and he says, "Where y'all getting to?"
Yeah, we're exploring, and I'll go grab a saddle if there's someone invisible. Be like, do you mind if I do my own? I like horses. I've grown up around them. I spent a lot of time with them, so I'd love it if I could do my own. If you don't mind, there.
Hey, you help yourself. The guests are the boss around here, and he's just picking away. He says, I just try not to keep my expectations too high.
Good. So I'll grab the saddle, grab the blanket, bring it on over, and start strapping it on.
Yeah, I'll grab one myself as
Ooh.
a ranch hand. It's be pretty second nature to me. And as I'm putting it together, I'd turn to him and I would just sort of say, "So are you a lot of you are up here are I don't know, refer to them maybe as model citizens. Are you a newer or an older model citizen?"
And he looks at you and he's picking and he says, "I got soul, man."
Oh, well, you're super bad. No. Uh what are you playing there?
Uh, oh, just a little tune I made up last week.
Hmm.
Gets quiet out here in the evenings. Just
Do
like to pick away.
you see anything out here? Edge of
See,
town?
see
Ooh,
all
like the
kinds of
beast.
things. The beast.
Do you ever see the
The,
beast that we just heard? We just heard that great story from the bartender. It sounds like it's a story y'all like to tell around a campfire.
I ain't never seen the beast, but I ain't seen a whole lot of critters on full moons either, if you know what I mean.
Ooh, you think the beast gets hungry on the full moon?
I think it's likely.
Uh,
I look up at the sky. Is it a full moon?
It's in range. It's not full, but it's in range.
it's in range.
It's in
Yeah, but if
range.
it's just before, it's extra hungry. If it's just after, his tummy's nice and full.
Sure, here
Oh,
I'll
it's
roll on that.
it's an
Even.
important detail.
You don't got to do that.
It's
You
okay.
don't.
It's a few days after the full moon.
Perfect. He's sated. All
Yeah.
right.
Gross.
You hope.
So I guess we'll hop on our steeds, and I'll
Mhm.
ask his name on the way out.
I'm Steve.
Steve Steeds. Well, appreciate that, Steve.
Because I'm just joking with you. Well, my real name's Steve, but I'm supposed to introduce myself as Jaker.
Huh.
Jaker.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you mean Yocker, but I could be wrong.
All the old documents we have back here for Bloodstone, they point to some guy named Jaker who he was a carpenter in that era. So bosses tell me I'm Jaker.
And if he had Scandinavian heritage,
And if wishes were horses, well, I guess they must be, as y'all have them underneath you.
Yes, we do. Well, appreciate that,
That was a
Steve.
weird
And
thing to
have a
say,
good night there,
Steve.
Yocker.
What'd you say there, lawman?
Which one, me?
Yeah, you lawman.
I said, have a good night, Yocker. That's a great name. You should be proud of your fake Norwegian heritage. It's a marvelous thing.
And he tips your hat and he says, "Keep your gratitude high and the night behind you."
There you go, mister. All right, so get up on the horse and start ambling out.
Okay.
So was that guy weird or was it just me?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think he spends a little bit too much time alone out here, and he's the first one. Did you guys notice something? He's the first one that sort of broke character.
He kind of sounded like he was hired, like some dude came through and they hired him to watch the horses. That was
Yeah,
weird.
I don't know. And every other person in this town, they're playing their character to the T. Remember, I said before, like this place is impeccable. It's better than Disney. All of a sudden, you get this guy sitting out here playing his guitar, and He introduces himself as Steve instead of Jake or Yaka or whatever the hell his name is. Like, maybe it's nothing, but I'm gonna be keeping my eye on that one.
And why do you
Well-
call you the lawman? I'm the one wearing the uniform.
It's an excellent question. It's an excellent question. Maybe I exude FBI. Who knows?
You kind of do. That's true.
I've been told I'm a little bit too FBI for my own good.
Have we been told how far out of town this campsite is? We've been told the
I don't-
direction.
Yeah, nobody's
Oh, what a
giving
great
you
question.
any information regarding its whereabouts.
Yeah,
or-
no, Rick Steves, or no, what's his name? Totally different person.
What is
Different
it?
person.
Different person. Bloodstone through the
Shout
back
out.
door with Rick Steves.
Wow. Well, so
Apparently my crickets aren't working, or I would play them again.
yep. So no, the big burly 6 foot something security guard who came up to me. We had talked about
Randy?
Randy?
You're so good with, dude. I suck at names, and I'm better at names than you are.
Yeah. Cheryl. So
We're gonna take a break from Under the Library and play the name game with Rick. Let's see how many he can remember in 5 seconds. Go.
there was Sandra, Monica.
No. Damn it.
Where the frig are the crickets?
I mean, I can play him, but apparently you guys can't hear him.
No, we just heard it.
Oh, good.
Now it comes through. Perfect
Excellent.
timing. So, all right. So quickly,
Johnny,
I'm gonna-
you point and say, "Watch out, Sam, there's a big hole." And then Sam disappears.
So Sam, do you know exactly where this camp is? Because if not, I'm going to go back and ask Steve Jaker.
Well, why don't you do that? But because I don't think we left just this
Yeah, I mean,
much
we
than a
just
minute
barely
ago.
had taken a couple steps. So I'll sort of turn around and I'll be like, "Hey, Steve or Jake or whatever you want to be called." One of the
Yeah,
things
lawman.
one of the things we were thinking about checking out is the campsite. We
Oh,
got some
yeah.
friends that went over to it. Can you just tell us how to get there? I'd rather not wander in the dark if we can help it.
Yeah, it depends on who drove that one out. They each got their own kind of favorite spot, but if you head in a westerly direction and you don't get eaten, which this far past the full moon, you shouldn't have too much to worry about. You go out a couple miles, 2 or 3 till you can't see the lights of the town no more. And you should run across their campfire. It's still early.
Just to be clear, what direction is out?
What he said, west.
You said west. Did I just miss that?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
said
you
west.
did.
I apologize.
You,
I
you
apologize.
city folk, you get in a hurry and you're going to
I
miss
do.
all the beauty of what's around you
I do.
if you don't get eaten.
And I'll
You
say
keep
no.
saying that.
Like Johnny shares this with me. He couldn't pick out west for anything in the universe. There's no way in the world that he could find his way. So I'll be like, thank you so much. And I'm going right up to you guys. I'm gonna be like, you guys know which way west is, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would think that a compass would be part of Buddy's standard kit, right? Wouldn't that be
Sure.
something you'd have to have
Yeah,
in
I
1940?
wouldn't argue with a compass.
Because Johnny's a city, right? He's been in cities his whole life, so
Mm-hmm.
he's
Except for the
And we've
growing up
and we've
around
got-
horses thing.
we've got
In Brooklyn.
flashlights. Yeah,
no.
Brooklyn.
I was actually thinking like what's it called? Riding in what's it called? Like the park.
Central Park? You put your own Western saddle
It
on in
just seems
Central
like
Park?
such a fun idea to me that there's more than those parks. There's tons of parks in New York. So
With horses
to
in them that
switch.
you just borrow and ride around?
I had
So
this
wait.
great image of him like taking horseback riding lessons when he
Okay.
was a kid.
in Central Park. So you were just a
not
carriage
Central Park.
operator, weren't you?
No. I was not Central Park. I was thinking like Prospect or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Lots of horses in Prospect Park. Okay.
Yeah, tons of them.
There are. I've seen
Wild
horses.
horses.
I've seen horses in Prospect Park. I swear to God.
Yeah, you just saddle your own up there and go get some
You all
falafel.
suck.
Scott, I think that was my dog. She was a Great Dane. She was big, but she was not a horse.
I'm scared of horses in real life. Let me have this. Don't take this away from me. I wanted a character that wasn't scared of horses.
Okay.
Well, you're riding one right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not scared of it.
I mean, we
Keep
could
telling
do a
yourself
sand
that.
roll. We could do a sand roll and see if that's true or not.
He likes horses. He loves them.
Excellent.
Pretty doggy. Why are these dogs so tall?
It's true.
All right, so we're going west.
Yep.
All right. And do y'all want to discuss anything as y'all are heading out, or do you want me to start throwing complications out towards you?
No, we can discuss. Plenty to discuss.
Yeah. So my first question is, I'm serious. I'm gonna be like, so how did you guys know which way west was?
I got this compass here. It's
And
it's on the end of my knife that I got to carry all the time. See, it's in case we get lost.
That's I don't know. When you get
It's a-
lost, you
it's a
just
standard
look at where
army
the cross
thing.
streets, right?
No, there's no streets in the desert, Mr. Dante.
Just take Wayne. Fuck it.
Are you okay, Sam?
Do you smell
No.
toast?
I was just gonna say, can you put both hands up?
We'll just title this episode "Incomplete Thoughts."
I got my rifle out at this point, and I presume we got either a flashlight or a lantern, and
Yeah, I've got my flashlight, and I'm sort of
we look like the three amigos out,
no kidding.
just slowly chopping along, and take a
The
listen every
Steve
once
Martin
in a while.
Three Amigos.
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We make them look like pros.
Yeah.
All right.
And pause every once in a while. I'll just sort of take a look up into the sky, and that would have sort of a certain connection for me as I'm sort of like looking up at the stars. Is there anything that I particularly sort of either think about or that would hit me or that I would see?
Well, whatever you're thinking about is broken by the sound of what sounds like a child screaming in pain.
Jesus.
Oh, well, what direction was that? West?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll roll on that direction. We'll call it north.
I mean, I would look at you two and say, "Did you hear that?"
Did we hear that?
I'd assume.
Yeah, you all do. It,
Oh,
it-
really?
it kinda
Oh, okay.
Shatters. Yeah, it shattered any kind of thought.
Yeah, I
process
heard
that was
that.
going on. It's loud.
And
Yeah, we
I
gotta
Yeah.
go check that
Yeah.
out.
start taking off in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you ride for it. It's intermittent and it's getting louder, and really loud at this point. Sam, make an intelligence roll.
Mm. Mm-hmm. 43 out of 50. I make it regular success.
Yeah, and Sam, you look at him, and if you had light on Sam, he might be blushing a little bit, and
Fox.
he shines his light, and he goes, "Oh, there it is," and it's just a goat standing kind of at the foot of this little rise, and it's just an angry goat,
By itself?
kind of, yeah, bleeding
Oh, bleeding.
with it. No,
bleating.
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 Well, this is a bleeding goat. Better
Not
put it out of its
bleeding.
misery.
So I'm shining my light on him. Is he? I don't want to say this without getting made fun of. Is he a free range goat? Does he have a collar on? Does he have
Little bell.
little bell? Is there a little woman behind him with
He
a
actually has a
with a staff
a
with
crook.
a crook in it.
yeah, exactly.
he has
Spanking
a
him on
name
the
tag
ass.
on. Yeah, he's just all alone. This little gray goat with some horns coming up, and the creepy goat eyes reflecting in
Mhm.
the lantern light or
Mhm.
Uh,
flashlight.
I take my rope and I would try and make a lasso out of it.
Okay.
What are you gonna do with the goat,
We
Mr.
gotta
Sam?
go. We don't need a
Yeah.
goat.
We gotta go back.
And I'm gonna throw it, and I'm gonna lasso around the head.
I'm gonna turn around and follow our tracks back.
I'm following you because I don't want to
Okay.
get lost. I'm like,
Can
come
you
on,
make-
Sam, let the goat
Can
go.
you make a dex roll, Sam?
Did you? I gotta ask out of game. Did you do this literally just because you knew Rick couldn't not take the bait?
This is when Sam's gonna get killed by a goat, isn't it?
66 out of 75.
Do y'all remember when the gopher almost got y'all all killed?
Yes.
The little groundhog.
Jesus.
All right.
So
Uh,
good.
all right. So you land the lasso awkwardly because you're right-handed, right? So this kind of causes you some pain.
Yeah,
and
you were just shot.
possibly a couple of stitches to tear a
Mhm.
little bit as you lasso the goat.
But at least you'll have a goat.
A screaming goat.
You
No.
you can just take a point of health off for that
So
that
good.
lassoing of the
Are
goat.
you kidding me? Oh,
That's
well.
so good. And
Well, then
I'm sure the goat comes along quietly.
Mhm.
So I'll take,
It's gonna be great. We're trying to sneak up on the campsite.
so I'll take the goat and tie it to the saddle
Clarice.
and make our way. I'll make my way with Johnny and Buddy.
With the goat?
Wait, are you trailing a screaming goat behind?
No, he's got it tied to his saddle, which is gonna make it really quiet because it'll like that.
Wait, I'm confused. Is the goat walking beside you, or did you put the goat on the back of the horse with you?
Oh, I had it in. I was picturing it on the horse with him.
Oh, I pictured he tied the rope.
No,
Okay.
I said I tied the rope, but
Okay.
if for value purposes, having the goat on the horse,
There are so many steps to getting that goat on that horse, though. And Michael will not let you skip one
I
of
would
them.
die in the
Sure.
process,
Yeah.
right?
You would probably bleed out there in the desert. And
Yeah, no,
at this point, Johnny and Buddy would be like the beast ate him.
Yeah, I would just tie the rope too,
Dude,
so that
if you die by goat in this freaking episode, I will.
Oh, good.
I would just I would just tie the goat to the saddle, like the rope,
Okay.
the goat
right.
rope.
So you three and the occasionally bleeding goat are heading west, looking for the campsite.
Yep. And
Uh,
do we see any? After a couple miles, as the light fades from the town, do we see anything on the horizon? Any campfires?
Is
Yeah,
the
yep.
goat actually being noisy?
Occasionally, it's now that it's walking.
But not for nothing, but strictly speaking, we're not planning to infiltrate enemy camp necessarily, right? Like the way that I'm sort of thinking of this is we want to check it out.
Mhm.
We're definitely on our watch, but it's not like we think there's something, at least I don't think there's something up ahead that we know is going to be doing us harm. So I'm just like, what the hell are you doing, Sam? Like, I'm not like, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean?
You never know when you need a goat.
It's fair.
Can all three of you give me spot hiddens?
So I preemptively rolled because when I asked if I could look, so I got a 39 out of 45.
Because you always rolled sooner than everybody else.
It's a hard
Aren't
success.
you happy that I finished first?
No, I got
What'd you say, Art?
It's a hard success for me.
Okay.
I got a miss.
Okay. So, Art, you're looking off to the north,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to tell because, I mean, Buddy's not exactly like a tracker or wilderness person, but definitely it looks like vultures flying under the moonlight
Mm-hmm.
in a column. There's probably 4 or 5 of them, circling in what you would presume to be a vulture pattern up in the sky, which you take note of. Why are you shaking your head
Scott's
like that?
Because I bet we're going to end up feeding the goat to the vulture. The perfect distraction. And we're going to have to goddamn thank Rick for thinking of it. So good.
Okay, so I will tell these two what I see, and just sort of try and keep an eye on where that is as we're moving west, so that I keep the
Okay.
position of that sort of in mind.
It actually doesn't move much, so it gives you the inkling that it's probably a good
Pretty
distance
far.
away,
Yep.
right?
Okay.
Because it's not changing too much in relationship to where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
then Sam, you got a regular success, right?
I did, and I was looking specifically on like the
Yeah,
western
you're
horizon.
you're and you start to see some flickers of sparks and some smoke coming up in the sky.
Okay. So I'd convey that and point it out, and that's in a westwardly direction, where we would anticipate the camp might be.
Correct.
Yeah, and actually, I look on the map, including the old one, the area that Buddy gestured to or pointed out in terms of the vultures. Does that correlate or map out with anything that might be there on the map?
Nope.
Okay,
Hmm.
noted. And I'll make a little note on the map, the vultures. In fact, I'll also include where we found the goat for good measure.
Okay.
The goat spot.
Yeah, and then we can head out towards
Yeah,
the
I want to ride
campfire.
on and get to the camp. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So
um,
y'all pick up speed probably as y'all see the fire, right?
Yep.
At least to a good trot, maybe even a canter.
Mm-hmm.
And you definitely as you approach, there's a what's so damn funny, Sam?
The idea of us, if we have to break out into a gallop and then the goat is tied.
It'll be like that National Lampoon when
Yeah,
they
yeah,
crank the
oh
leash
no,
up to the
the
driver's
dog
window.
tried keeping up for the first mile or two.
yeah.
Poor
Bah,
little
bah, bah, bah,
paws.
bah, bah, bah.
Terrible.
All right. And as you get closer to the fire, you realize that this probably is not it.
Hmm.
As there just appears to be one individual there, and you hear him call out to you, who goes there?
I'll be like, hello, we're out just looking for some people that were camping out here. We're from New Bloodstone. We're just visiting, and we thought we'd go out
Oh.
and find our family, friends.
And you see him put his hands over his eyes as he kind of looks at you and he goes, "You got one of my goats." And on that, we'll close the episode.
Oh no.
All right, that is going to do it for this episode of Under the Library. Until next time, you can find us at underthelibrary.com. Don't forget to check out our online store for some amazing nerdy merch. It is underthelibrary.com/store. So for me, for Michael, for Scott, and for Rick, and for the absent Wayne and Emily, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time under the library.
That was a fucking trip.
Art's pretty sure that 30 seconds is way more than enough.
I also think 10 seconds is 30 seconds.
You got so excited when he said 30 seconds.
That was weird.
Yeah.
What?